Welcome back to another Ratface 44 Reviews. My name is James, and today we have G.I. Joe Classified Series, Snow Job. So let's get this started! So before we get this started, shout out to my friend Luke. So I believe this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. As you can see, there's a digital render of Snow Job in the Antarctic, I'm guessing, with a tank in the background, Aurora Borealis, and there's a Pepsi polar bear lurking behind Snow Job looking for his next meal. So we got all the accessories up in the corner, a nice piece of artwork of Snow Job holding his handgun. He looks very grizzled. And you got the G.I. Joe logo, you got the Hasbro logo, and on the side of the packaging you have the same piece of artwork but in a larger format, number 67 in the line. And on the back of the packaging here you have another digital render of Snow Job, 6.5 inches tall, all of his accessories, zoom in shots of Snow Job's face, and his holster, boring stuff on the bottom, and on the top of the packaging, G.I. Joe logo. And on this side of the packaging, same artwork in blue, 67 QR code. So I have my trusty scalpel here. Let's go ahead and open up Snow Job and take a look. So there's going to be a lot of accessories. Here is the foot locker, Snow Job, Wicked, number 67. Quick shot of Snow Job in the cardboard imprisonment and a nice piece of artwork in the background. Alright, let's go ahead and take out the accessories. We got two bags here. Feel like the skis. And then the second one. Got lots of stuff here. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories from smallest to biggest, like we always do in this channel. So first off, we have this magazine. I believe it goes on his sniper rifle. A little bit of molding texture on this. And next we have his sidearm. Some very good sculpting on the sidearm. There are port for blast effects, as you can see. No paint, but still very nice looking, nice little grip. And we have Snow Job's snow goggles here. Very cool. It kind of has this two-tone metallic paint on the lens. Kind of red and yellow. Very cool looking. It has a brown strap. Check that out. Has kind of like a black rim on it. And next we have Snow Job's, I guess this is the hood. And when it's down, has a gray paint application on it. Has some kind of fur texture details in this white kind of gummy plastic. And next we have the same kind of snowshoes as the Snow Serpent, but it has in black and has this kind of brown paint application on it. Very cool. We all have seen this before. This looks pretty good. And next we have Snow Job's alternate head. Very cool. Check out the red brownish beard. Has kind of like a wash, two-tone color hair on his head. And check out those eyes. Very well painted. Check out that hair sculpt and the paint job on that. That is very nice looking. As you can see, he looks really kind of grizzled, windswept kind of thing. Very awesome. And next we have Snow Job's backpack. It is massive. Take a look at that. It's full of buckles and pouches. We'll have a vintage comparison later on in this video. Check that out. And there's a peg on the back. Very cool texturing details and molding details here. We'll take a look and we'll gear this up later on in this video. And next we have his sniper rifle. It's in this cardboard little case to keep it from being bent. But we all know, even if despite these are in a cardboard kind of case to keep it from going bending, they all tend to be kind of not straight, as you can see here. This is definitely has a curve to it. I wish they could do this for all the weapons for classified figures. So overall, this looks really cool. A nice paint application on this rifle. Very cool looking. we can go ahead and put in the magazine into this gun. There you have it. I believe that's the right way to do it. It is kind of loose both ways. So the paint application is kind of like a dark gray done in very bendy black plastic. Check that out. It is just kind of the worst right now. I don't know why they increased the durometer of these weapons. It would be very nice so we don't have these crazy bendy weapons, but that's why we have Valaverse and a load of other companies who do weapons for the 1/12 scale. And next we have these ski poles. There are 2 of them that has a nice kind of silver detail for the little peg at the end of these ski poles. They're done in the black plastic, and it has little loops here that are can't put the arms in there, unfortunately, but it's a nice little detail. Not much molding detail on these ski poles, but they do the job. And finally we have his skis, done in the same color as his weapon. Kind of a dark gray brownish paint application. Has a peg for the boots, ski boots, and unfortunately this is kind of unsightly. Skis are not made like this, so this is not really accurate to what skis look like on the bottom, so it's not a big deal. We're not going to see them. He's just going to be standing on them, and they are in kind of a modern shape of skis. Still very cool. A little bit of a details on here, like the bindings or whatever. Very cool. And that's it for all the accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So here is Snowjob, all out of his packaging. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this figure's face. Take a look at that. The hood is up. It's kind of floating kind of hood on his head. So it kind of moves around. It's done in this soft plastic. Very minimalistic looking figure. I like that a lot. Pretty awesome. We all know that this is pretty much all reuse from the Snow Serpent, but he has kind of a different jacket overlay on the body. Has all this kind of textured wrinkle details from the snowsuit that he's wearing in the snow jacket. There are some gray kind of highlights that go down the front of this figure. He has this kind of brown harness with some silver paint applications. And you can see right now the head is kind of bobbly, that I just noticed. It could be most likely the, hopefully it's just the hood that is moving around. Got some pockets on the side of his arms. Got a zipper detail here. There's a gray paint applications on the cuffs. It has this floating kind of part of his jacket made in a really soft plastic. The gray continues on the back. Peg for his backpack. He has these black gloves, and he has a holster for his sidearm. Kind of gray pockets painted on his pants. They have double jointed elbows, double jointed pinless elbows and knees. Let's see the ab crunch work. So there's not much hindrance with that. That is very impressive. And the diaphragm, it's not a traditional ab crunch. It is well hidden with this harness. Very cool. Very well engineered, this figure. So on the bottom of his pants, there's these gray kind of cuffs and pouches. Black boots, pretty plain. I don't know if these are actually snow boots. They don't have much of a tread on it, unfortunately. If I was in the Antarctic, I would use way bigger boots than these, that's for sure. So overall, this is a very good looking figure. I am very impressed. Very minimalistic, and this is the way it should look. Snowjob is not that elaborate. Looking at the face sculpt, he has the brown reddish beard, and you can see that he has an inside type of paint application too. Let's go ahead and pop his head off. It was super easy to pop off, but it comes out pretty well, easily. So there's the hood. Hood has like a gray paint application. Nice ruffles on this hood. Really cool. There's a gray kind of neck part right here. Let's take a closer look at this head. Really cool. He looks very grizzled. Let's go ahead and compare it to the other one. Check that out. Beard is a little darker on the other head sculpt. Very surprising. I kind of like this head sculpt better because of the hair. They put a lot of detail in the hair. This is kind of a plain Jane type of head. But overall, they both look very good. It's kind of like a different character, to tell you the truth. I might utilize this head on a different figure and keep this one. Nice to have options. It is a little loose. Moves very, very easily. And also, I would like to mention the butterfly shoulder joints. They barely move. You just get a little bit of motion on both sides. Let's try the elbows. Elbows move not too bad. Get those elbows moving. You know, a little heat with the elbows is probably recommended because of the peg that's here in the swivel. There it goes. So loosen that up. You know, you will definitely avoid popping this joint out, or get a little bit of heat going on these joints. It's always recommended. Knees move very, very freely, very easily. Not locked up. Check that one out. That one works really well too. You got a surprising swivel at the bottom, just like the Snow Serpent. So articulation is exactly like the Snow Serpent. Let's go ahead and try on the other head. Might need to heat it up, so let's give it a try anyways. Probably gonna have to heat up that head. Try not to bend the peg here, the little tiny peg that Hasbro is using for some reason. Alright, so I have the extra head all heated up. Let's see if it fits on. Yeah, no pop, like usual with these extra heads. But it fits on really well. Take a look at that. So let's go ahead and put that on. I'm not even sure if you're even supposed to do that. But that fits on really well. The only problem with this one is he has a different colored beard. It's very strange to me. So let's go ahead and put on the hood when it's down, and we can throw in the extra head and see how that looks. There you go. Take a look at that. That looks pretty cool. So this is going to be my snow job. The extra head, I'm going to figure out and put this on another figure. Alright, so let's go ahead and gear up Snow Job. Let's go ahead and see if his sidearm, how his sidearm fits in his hand. So take a look at that. Sidearm works really well, fits in the hand perfectly. Put it in his holster. Oh yeah, and we got his snow shades here. Let's go ahead and try that on. So I'm pretty sure the shades will probably fit on this head sculpt. So it fits on this head sculpt pretty well. It's a little loose. Take a look at that. Very cool. Let's try the other head. I'm not sure if this will fit on. It might stretch. Yeah, it's a little tight. So it does fit kind of. Yeah, it fits pretty well. Just have to readjust it. Looks a little crooked. But anyways, take a look at that. That looks really cool. Again, I'm not going to use this head. I am going to use this head. It is a little loose. Hopefully it doesn't move around too much. And be careful with the strap. It is very loose, like I was saying. So let's put the head back in. See, it kind of gets all mucky. That kind of sucks. So there's a lot of, you have to adjust this thing to make it look good. See, it kind of moves around. Like, I kind of wish that they did a head sculpt where he had permanent snow shades on, goggles, snow goggles. Let's throw on these skis. I'll leave the snowshoes for the end, because we all have seen the snowshoes before. With the Snow Serpent, exact same things. So that fits on really well, doesn't fall out. Probably going to keep him permanently on these skis. It's kind of like his own stand. will take up a lot of shelf space, so just be aware of that. Go ahead and put his rifle in his hand. See how that works. Using Valor versus 50 cal would be very perfect. Would be perfect for this figure. So that fits in his hand. There is a port for blast effects on the end of this. Ski poles. Let's try one and put one in his hand just to test it out. They look very thin, so hopefully they could stay in his hand. So he doesn't have holding hands, all he has is trigger fingers, which is really strange. Why they can't just give us more hands, please, Hasbro. So all that fits in his hand pretty well. Take a look at that. So we have all this storage on this backpack. So you can clip on the ski poles right on the back of the backpack here. They're hard to see sometimes, but there are little tiny clips in there, and they just fit on just like that. Hi, Future James here. I know there were some straps on the side of this backpack, and they are removable. There is a peg and hole system, and you can put on the skis on the backpack and strap them to it, which is really cool. So Snowjob can hold all his accessories on this backpack. And on the top here, you can put his rifle. So there is storage for his snowshoes at the bottom of this backpack. Just like the Snow Serpent has little hooks or whatever, you could hook it on just like that. I'm not going to bother putting these on him. We all know how it fits, just like the Snow Serpent. So the peg is a little bendy for this backpack. It's like the plastic is getting more and more gummy and barely stays in, to tell you the truth, which is really unfortunate. This peg is really small and soft. Let's go ahead and do a vintage comparison. So here is my vintage Snowjob. It's fully complete. He's a little bit yellow. Kind of fandangled a couple of figures together to get a nice, decent looking Snowjob. This figure is notoriously deep yellow. So here is the comparison with classified Snowjob with the vintage Snowjob. Heavily inspired, like I keep on saying, an homage. All these really cool words I use to try to define what classified series is. It's basically the same figure with more detail, scaled up. Obviously the classified figure has way more accessories. They paid homage by, you can put the skis in these holes here on the vintage on the backpack of the vintage figure, and the ski pole, so you can carry all his weapons. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a comparison with the Snow Serpent. Like I was saying, it's 100% reuse of the Snow Serpent body with a different overlay, like the jacket and the hood, different head sculpt, but 9 times out of 10 different holsters for his gun, but the same pants, with some more paint applications on the pants than on the Snow Serpent. Is pretty much all done in the gray plastic. This is done in a white plastic, the same mold. Very cool. The only 2 snow figures we have in the line so far, but overall these guys are going to be hanging out together, at least side by side, at some point on my shelf. So there you have it, guys. There is my review of Snowjob. I hope you enjoyed it. Final thoughts on this figure. It's a very good looking figure. Bad thing about this figure, a lot of the accessories are gummy. That is my pet peeve. We all know how these are. They just feel like they're getting gummier and gummier as this line goes along. I wish they would kind of correct that and fix the durometer of these plastic weapons, make them a little bit more stiff. That would be very nice. Please, Hasbro, if you're watching. Probably not. And another thing that's really bothering me right now is they gave Snowjob a rifle, but unfortunately, like I was saying about the butterfly shoulder joints, they don't move barely at all, so he can't really hold his rifle with his 2 hands, which is very disappointing, and it's kind of a huge flaw with this body mold. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share with your friends. Make a comment down below. And Yo Joe and Cobra!